Hi everyone, my name is Sharon Davis of Angelics-Speak.com. I have been channeling the Archangels for quite a while, and Archangel Michael has asked me to start channeling in a video format on YouTube so that he can outreach to many different people. People tend to be more visual, and it's easier to connect with the archangels by seeing, even though it's someone else speaking, they do get more of the nuances and the expressions through a video than they would through the written word. I apologize, I have a 5-pound dog that will be jumping in and out. If I put her in another room, she'll bark through the whole video, so you may see a tail or a head once in a while, but that's the way it goes. So without further ado, let's begin. Greetings, everyone. This is Michael. I am very happy to greet you in a visual form. Of course, this is not my real form, but it is a more of a facsimile than simply reading a written talk. Our partner here, Sharon, will be channeling myself and other archangels at times in this form, so that you can connect more fully with us than you would in simply a written format. I want to speak today about the many difficult events that are occurring on your planet at this time. We realize it is causing great distress for many of you. Some of you have lost your homes or are fearing that you will. Some of you have lost family members or friends in one of these horrific events. And this is extremely traumatic to all of you, and for those of you who are observing and have friends who are in these affected areas. Because of the shift in your earth, in order to receive more light, there have been many dramatic weather events and earth events that have been extremely powerful. Tornadoes, cyclones, earthquakes, tsunamis, fires, mudslides, and yes, even volcanoes. Our hearts go out to each one of you who are affected by these events. It may be that you are watching the news and it pulls deeply at your heart to see other people suffering so greatly. Or you may be watching animals lose their lives, as well as people in these horrific events. This is a very sad time for many of you. Not only are you grieving, but many of you reside still in fear that it may be coming to you as well. I say to all of you, you are guided and you are protected. But it is very important that you all learn to listen within. Your angels and guides are surrounding you, especially those of you who are in imminent danger. And they are whispering subtly in your ears, helping you to decide what to do. But you have to learn to listen within. We realize that in tumultuous times like this, it is even more difficult to do that. But these are the times when it is most important that you learn to listen in your inner being. For those of you that meditate, meditate a little more. For those of you that do not yet meditate, start, because that is the best way to begin to hear those inner guidance that you need so badly at this time. So how do you meditate? Many of you find that you get quietest in your mind when you rest in a beautiful place in nature. This is very good as long as there is no natural event surrounding you. But what will you do if the pasture that you love is on fire or flooded? It's really important that you learn a portable way to meditate so that you can take it everywhere you go. One of the simplest ways is to learn to focus on your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. It gives your mind a place to rest instead of dancing in the fear of what will happen next. So when you meditate, simply close your eyes and allow your attention to focus, following your breath as it moves in, and then following your breath as it again moves out. Do this continually to begin to quiet your mind. The quieter your mind is, the more you can hear within. But Michael, you say, how can I do that when my house is on fire? When I've lost my spouse or my children, when I'm in a shelter with thousands of people and there's no room to even roll over on my mat. Listen, this is the time when you most need to go within. Although the space around you seems to be very small in these situations, your inner space is vast, brilliant, and pure love. There is no lack there. There is no loss in that inner space. There is only profound beauty and sweetness. The great beings in your world have learned to rest in that space no matter what occurs around them. They remain always still, with one eye looking outward and the other always looking within, listening within. So learn to go within. And those of you who are not yet affected by crises in your world, learn to go within now. Because then it will be much easier for you if in fact you encounter a problem in your environment later. It also will become much easier for you to reach out and help others. Many people who help others become exhausted and overwhelmed with the vastness of the problems that they encounter. They begin to feel there is so much burden that they're carrying that they can't go on because they have taken on so much of others' pain and burden. At these times, it is most important that you reside in your inner being. so that you can continually be filled from within. Now listen. Ultimately, the highest truth is that you are dreaming this whole experience. Your highest soul has expressed a subtle experience in which a subtle form of itself is dancing in its dream. And right now, that subtle form is experiencing perhaps trauma, sadness, loss, pain, or grief. But then you wake up and realize none of it ever truly happened. You had an instantaneous dream that taught you about love, compassion, a vast array of emotion, while you witnessed that divine light within each person's being. You learned about all of the vast range of emotions that being human you can experience. You learned about pain and pleasure, attachment and detachment, anguish and exhilaration, and ultimately, even in the dream, you learned to turn deeper within. So why do you identify with this dreamlike small being that you have manifested? Wake up. Wake up to who you really are. You are so beautiful. You are so exquisite. You are so pure and divine. You are the expression of the fire of love that blazes entirely through your creation. There is nothing but love, because you are entirely made of love. This world is your dream. It's time to wake up and rest in who you truly are. We embrace you with our loving light, and we offer you many blessings. Those of you who are true seekers of your highest truth, we applaud you, and we rejoice in your constant search for who you truly are. Become quiet. Become still. And go deep within your own being to learn your true nature. You won't find it outside. You find it within. We all send you all our love. I am Archangel Michael.